Hello.
We missed Twinkie Day.
We missed Twinkie Day.
National Twinkie Day.
Oh my god, when was National Twinkie Day?
I think it was yesterday. Either yesterday or the day before.
What?
Yeah.
We're bad podcasts.
We really fucked up. We had a perfect opportunity. Why didn't we just start it on Twinkie Day? We should have.
I went to look up National Twinkie Day.
Yeah.
And I accidentally typed in NASCAR somehow.
I really like thinking about you Googling NASCAR. He's got feelings, dude.
He does.
He's mad. This is what happens when you try to podcast with a baby.
Oh my god, it was yesterday.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah. We fucking missed it, dude.
We did.
We really screwed up.
I mean, that would have been like the best day to like start the Instagram page.
The Instagram page?
Yeah.
Are you going gung-ho into the social media? Is that what you're doing?
I think I want to at least do an Instagram page.
Are you going to be our social media manager? You've got high hopes.
It's either me or you.
Yeah, I don't think it should be me. I'm pretty tone deaf. I don't think that'd work out very well. I think we'd get in a lot of trouble. Granted, that depends if people actually stumble upon it. But still,
right, yeah.
People don't just stumble upon my other social media posts and freak
You're not
out,
like
so.
a big social media poster, like, anyways.
Not anymore.
You don't really post a lot.
Not anymore. I don't really do it anymore. I don't like it.
You don't like it?
Yeah, I don't stumble upon as much good stuff anymore. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I feel like the well is dried up, and all the shit that comes out now is like all the good stuff is on Reddit, and I don't want to.
All the good stuff is on Reddit.
And I don't want to go through Reddit because I don't like the UI. I do not like the Reddit UI. I don't know if it's just too forum-y for me, or just how it is, but it's like
I love Reddit.
It's a dumbed down version of 4chan, which is nice because 4chan is a cesspool, and that UI is way worse. I didn't even touch 4chan because it scared me. Not just because of the content, but it just looked ugly.
Yeah. Would you ever want to do like an episode where I find you Reddit stories to read, like we do?
That's
in our
like
downtime?
Yeah, I guess it's kind of the podcast fad right now, isn't it?
It is, but I don't want that. I want to do that, but I don't want to make that like my main thing, like our main thing.
Yeah, I don't mind. I don't mind. You
Because
gotta find some good ones. Though. You gotta bring the heat if you want to.
I love
delve into
Reddit.
Yeah, some of the biggest podcasts in the world do that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
Where they take things from social media and they share it between each other.
Yeah.
But they're making 3 more Star Wars movies, evidently.
What? Ew, they really shouldn't.
Yeah, I know. And guess who's coming back?
Is it Rey?
It's Rey.
Oh my god.
Rey's coming back, dude. I'm hyped.
I'm sorry. Ben Solo was such a better character. They shouldn't have killed him off.
Okay. I agree. I'm
we're
definitely
going straight into our Star Wars controversial.
Dude, I am a total fucking dork when it comes to like the Star Wars comics. I'm one of those.
You are.
I'm one of those nose pushers, the real, you've activated my trap card type shit. I'm way into the comics. I think they're great. And I think honestly if they followed what actually happens, well, I can't say actually, but in the comments happens after the events of 4, 5, 6, I think they would have been better off. I just think more people would have been confused, but they would have made their fans a lot more happy. They wanted to make it kids movies though. It's all for kids, which is fine. That's fine.
They were just trying to. I mean, I know it's all like Disney, so they were just trying to do like another Marvel.
Kinda.
But with Star Wars, and it just didn't.
I can't say kinda. That's exactly what they're doing. They're following the exact same business model.
Yeah, and just didn't.
I haven't heard great things about the newest season of The Mandalorian. I haven't watched it.
Really? And you love them. Like, people love The Mandalorian.
Yeah, Mando's great. The first 2 seasons I really liked. I thought the second season caught more shit than it needed to. I thought it was fine. I thought it was a good progression. I haven't watched it in a while, so maybe it has some hidden flaws that... Dog.
I mean, people, like, when it comes to, like, Star Wars, people are, like, really set in their ways, though.
Yeah, which is fine. Well, you got to think about it. It's how many generations of fans that grew up with different movies that were huge at the time. We just so happened to grow up with the prequels being the big cheese, so of course we have a little bit more of a love for it.
Yeah.
And people our age who still swear by the original trilogy, I think are just kind of dorks.
I was gonna say like the true hipsters, but
yeah, it's true, they are. But I mean, I don't know. It's either hipsters or super old people. Well, I shouldn't say super old people. But
they would consider themselves old souls.
No, they're distinguished.
Distinguished?
Yeah.
Ugh.
You don't think they're distinguished?
No.
Older Star Wars fans?
No.
Nuts to butts Star Wars fanatics?
You know what I think they are? Just, like, They're boomers. That's all it is.
Oh, I thought you were gonna say some really
No.
heinous shit just then. I thought you were about
They're
to
really
go off on.
annoying because
They can be.
anything new, they're like, oh no, it sucks.
Well, yeah, you have that in
better
every.
than the originals and
Yeah.
and Leia in the fucking bikini, and I think that's fucking dumb and
Leia
misogynistic.
fucking bikini.
Sorry, someone like the OG.
How could this not be the best Star Wars, bro? Leia was fucking naked.
Fucking saw her tits, dude.
I saw her tits.
No, but
That was a lot. That was a lot of their sexual awakenings. They didn't have the kind of stuff we did growing up.
and that's so annoying to me.
That's fine.
I feel like older Star Wars, like male Star Wars fans, who are like diehards for the originals and the originals only,
Yeah.
are just sexist pigs.
Come on.
I feel like the majority of them are just sexist pigs.
Well, you got to admit the original trilogy is charming. It's very charming.
I don't think so.
And the uses of practical effects are
I
fantastic.
like practical effects, but that doesn't mean I actually like the characters that much.
Well, I guess that's kind of fair, but I
'Cause
I
I'm
think the
not-
biggest
I'm-
problem is probably Luke.
I hate Luke as a character.
Luke is a dork, man.
He's
Why is
not.
everybody still a dork?
He's not a good character.
No.
No, I don't think so. I think he's so basic. It's so annoying.
I think that's...
I think Han was a better character.
Han?
Han, yeah.
Han was cool.
I think he was more well.
His origin story is
well-rounded.
still a mystery. Did he really shoot first? What do you think? Do you think he shot first?
I don't know. I don't know if I 100% know what you're referring to.
You don't know this controversy?
No.
They've gone back and forth multiple times. And when I say they, I mean I think it was George Lucas or his team or whoever was making the decisions behind the re-releases. Where originally, in the original movie, I really hope I don't get this mixed up. I'll expose myself as a fake fan. But originally, Han shot Greedo first. When you first see Han,
Oh, yeah.
when you first see Han, you know Greedo, the greenish, bluish, kind of anteater looking motherfucker.
Yeah.
They're at the table doing the thing, and he's like, and, you know, he's being a dick. And Han shoots him first, which paints him as kind of like more of a bad guy. Because like up until then, things were relatively peaceful. You know, there was a disagreement, but it was you know, going along fine. But he shot first, so it makes him kind of more of an anti-hero, more of a Deadpool type, as opposed to just the squeaky clean guy, which they made him in the re-release. In the re-release, they edited the scene, and if you watch it, it is impossible not to see because it is not good looking, where instead, they kind of just made a laser beam come out of Greedo's cock and balls, go after his face, so that it looks like he shot first, and they made Han, like, they used CGI to move Han's head to kind of shimmy it off to the side, you know, do like a little dance with like one of those, and shoot basically at the same time. That way it looked like he was shooting in retaliation to make it look like more of a good guy. I think they may have changed it again for the Disney Plus release, but I don't remember exactly if that happened. But
I think they should have left it that
Sean?
that Han shot first.
I agree.
That
think
makes it a
everyone
better
knows-
story arc
Yeah.
for him.
Yeah, you could say that it enhances his redemption arc for sure. But a lot of people didn't want there to be a redemption arc in the first place. A lot of those kid-friendly folks that are all about the whole Greedo shot first
That
thing.
that was such a big thing in like.
But he gets the
middle-
girl, babe. He gets the girl. How could he go from being a horrible criminal to getting the girl?
my
What the fuck?
That's my favorite thing though, because if you like,
He picked up her brother's sloppy
what?
seconds, dude.
the most popular like romance storyline is right now.
Romance storyline, just in general, like pop
Yeah.
culture. I have no idea. I'm out of touch.
Oh my god, it is the girl falls in love with the villain.
Oh, well, that's been a thing for a minute. Everybody's loved that for a fat minute.
I mean, but I feel like it's just started really hitting not just like romance novels, like full on like hitting the mainstream.
Well, yeah, but those are just the chicks that Beauty and the Beast was their favorite Disney movie. Is the people that are way into that.
Yeah, I
Honestly.
guess so.
Sure, they made Gaston a terrible, horrible human being, but like, think about it. At the beginning, it kind of fits that archetype where Beast is this big, brooding, gloomy, not great dude, but he's just a softie on the inside. He's a big kitty.
He's so much better in the live action Beauty and the
I haven't
Beast.
seen it.
What?
I've not seen it.
Oh my god,
That's
I love
with
it.
Hermione, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
not
now
seen that
I'll
shit.
know she'll not. Oh, I'm not doing that.
Is that from the
Yeah.
live action one only? Is that
Yeah.
an exclusive?
Mm-hmm.
Oh shit, I didn't get the DLC.
It's actually
dog.
from. It's actually from the live action. More goes to the play Beauty and the Beast rather than the Disney movie
I
or
forgot there
the
was a
original
play.
Disney movie.
I forgot there was a play.
Well, musical, I guess.
Yeah. Well, a lot of them
But
kinda
it
art.
is so good. It is one of my favorite male songs in a musical.
I feel like Gaston wasn't shown very much in the animated release.
Yeah, it was.
Was he not?
He was.
That's not just he was.
In the animated?
Yeah.
He wasn't as big in the animated.
It seemed like they very much focused on Belle and Big Feller.
Yeah.
You know,
Mm-hmm.
which I don't know. Maybe my memory's just not serving me right. I have not seen it since the first time I watched it. I did not like that movie.
Why not? That
To
is
be
my
fair, I
favorite
only.
Disney movie.
Well, of course it is.
Well, Disney
That's why you
princess
like
movie.
fucking Lore Olympus. That's why you like it. It's the same thing.
What are you talking
Lore
about?
Olympus is just Beauty and the Beast.
That's not true.
All right.
That's not true.
All right. Whatever you say.
To be fair, Lore Olympus is based just off of Hades and oh my god, I
Professor-y!
can't speak.
Professor-y!
Persephone's
Yes.
story,
Yeah.
which is the whole it
Beauty and the
captured
Beast.
her, right?
Yeah.
A little less Beauty and the Beast, but it is a capture, like a kidnapping story, I guess.
Yeah.
But
A
did
Stockholm
Beast-
Syndrome story.
But did Beast really kidnap Belle?
No.
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 So you can't say that they have a same story because he didn't
It's
kidnap
very similar. Well, I more mean the dynamic.
her. Nah, and even then, I don't know if I would like 100% say that because
She's the goody two shoes who sees through the beast. At least, listen, I have not seen as much of the Lore Olympus stuff as you have. You have taken me down that rabbit hole.
I have.
All right,
I love it.
I will go on the record and say, because I feel like I'd be attacking my own manhood if I just went on here and said that I got into Lore Olympus. I have not. But
I think you need to explain what Lore Olympus is.
people know what
I
Lore
don't think
Olympus
a lot
is.
of people do.
All right, you see those fucking ads for webtoons on like Facebook and shit?
Yeah.
Every single one of them has the blue dude and the pink chick, and it's a romance comic about Greek gods.
Yeah. There you go.
Is that decent?
Yeah.
All right.
I think the thing with Lore Olympus, though, other than it being like a retelling, is more of a sunshine character with the grumpy character.
Yeah, that's
Which is
fair.
also just a huge trope also right now. I mean, yeah, it did start with Beauty and the Beast, but
Yeah.
like...
I don't know if it started with Beauty and the Beast, but
No, it probably didn't, but...
you know, it's a
I
good
feel like
reference
that's a
point.
more comparison, but I don't feel like Belle is a very sunshiny character.
No, she's kind of a bitch. I don't like her, low key. I think that might have been why I didn't like the movie.
I hate you.
I told you I only saw it the first time I saw it. The first time I saw it when I was a little kid, and I didn't like it when I was a little kid. I might love it today. You know, I'm a huge fucking animation dork.
It's beautiful.
I remember it looking nice, but like I said, only saw it when I was a little kid, and then I've only seen scenes.
I
since.
guess that's what we're watching.
Isolated. But no, Lore Olympus, I had my routine that I would do, or that we would do, I guess, where I would just do ungodly amounts of THC,
Yeah.
and then you would sit me down and we would watch like the big compilations or a bunch
It
of
was like
episodes
a
put
it was
together.
a dubbed version.
Yes, it was a
Like
dubbed with voices, and it was the whole thing. The voice actors were so good. So good. So good, dude. Legitimately being high off my ass and watching a dubbed version of Lore Olympus.
Ooh, that's what we should do tonight.
I mean, I might not remember where we left off, I'll be honest. It was a minute ago where we stopped. But for a while there, we would just go through it and like watch like an hour and a half worth of Lore Olympus voiceovers on the fucking TV.
They're so bad.
While I literally am seeing doubles. Like, what is going on? Ares comes out and he's like a weird twink dad kind of deal, and it's super weird. Dude, I don't know. It's a lot. I like history.
The horse
And
reins.
I like history. I like art. And that together was enough to carry me through it. And I really, really, really love the voice acting. I want to put the link to that channel in the description.
Okay.
But you have to give it to me.
I will find it.
You got to remember to
Yeah,
give
I will
it to
find
me.
it.
Because it is phenomenal. For maybe not the best reasons that they would think themselves, but I am glad that it exists. I'm glad that it's here.
I'm glad you're glad. Honestly, I love it. I
know you do.
But I specifically love it because I am such a Greek mythology nerd.
Yeah.
So it's just like all those retellings I am obsessed with. I am so excited for the Percy Jackson series to come out on Disney Plus.
That is a thing, isn't it? Mm-hmm. Are people saying that it's looking like it's going to be good?
Mm-hmm. Rick Warden's on it.
Who?
Rick Warden.
Okay.
He's the author of the Percy Jackson books. And listen, I know people are gonna say, "Oh, but they have the movies." Shut the fuck up.
Yeah.
Those movies do not follow the
dude
books.
who played Percy Jackson.
Logan Lerman.
Is that the dude from that sad ass movie with the? I think it was in Zathura too. Is it that kid?
No,
the Zathura kid.
No.
You know
Are you talking about Bridge to Terabithia?
Yeah.
Yeah, no, that's
Not
Josh Hutcherson.
Is that who that is?
Yeah, who played
Jesus.
PETA.
How do you fucking remember all of these names?
I don't know.
I am so
Those
bad
are my
at celebrity
childhood
names.
movies.
I can tell. I can absolutely tell.
Yeah, those ones.
Oh my
specifically.
God. Bridge to Terabithia was one of your childhood movies?
Yeah.
You were born to be sad.
I know.
You were born to be sad.
Listen, some people, like, if you're into the stars, you're going to say it's because of my cancer, but...
Oh, God. But, no, I remember watching that movie. Like, I watched that movie when I was, like 17 was the first time I watched that movie.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, no.
And even then, I was like, damn, this is kind of tough. Like, just like something about, I won't spoil it if you haven't seen it, which, I mean, come on.
It's been like 10 years.
Let's fucking...
It's been more than 10 years.
Let's
it's
wrap it up.
probably been
All right.
like 15
yeah,
years.
Fucking, come on, let's go. Let's keep it moving. You know? But, yeah, I don't know. The Zathura was wild. That was a Jumanji clone.
Oh, I do remember.
That was kind of nuts.
Yeah.
I remember being offended about Zathura when it came out.
Why? Because of the Jumanji thing?
Jumanji, the original Jumanji was my favorite movie growing up. It was my absolute favorite movie growing up. Robin Williams was my favorite growing up.
Oh my god, I love Robin.
And Jumanji was the best. The Monkey Kid? The fucking
You know
special effects
what?
on the Monkey Kid, dude?
Speaking of Robin,
You
I
can do
cannot
this.
speak today.
I get it. I'm
Robin
frazzled too. It's
Williams.
been a long fucking week.
He's been under one of his movies has been under some hot water about not aging well. Do you want to guess which movie it is?
This is the one where he dresses up like a lady? Of course.
Miss Doubtfire.
Miss Doubtfire? Why? Because it's fucking funny? And
No.
And people hate funny things now?
I don't even think the worst part that people are complaining about is him dressing up as a woman. It's more of the fact that he was such a bad dad and then had to get his kids back.
Yeah.
And so he stalked them.
Yeah. Hey, man.
And people are like, oh, that probably wasn't great.
People don't see that as wacky and zany anymore. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah.
We couldn't
Didn't age
do
well.
we couldn't do a Norbit today.
No, we could not do it. And that did take me a second.
Oh God, I'm dying.
It's been so long since I've seen Norbit.
What about Meet Dave? Have you seen Meet Dave?
No.
You haven't seen Meet Dave? All right, we'll do that.
Oh, did you guys get that?
Oh, the sizzle?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, dude, you got that sparkling water on lock. Don't make eye contact with me while you drink that. You fucking harlot. How dare you? How dare you?
Sorry, baby. Mommy's busy being a whore.
Mommy's busy being a whore. So yeah, we missed Twinkie Day.
We did. We are 20 minutes in.
That is how you podcast, dude.
That is how you podcast.
That's what I was telling you. You bounce from subject to subject.
Yeah.
You asked me beforehand, what are we going to talk about? Do you know what we're going to talk about?
Yeah.
I was like, yeah.
I know there was like a couple things that we mentioned we would talk about at some other point, but
What, like my dick and balls?
yeah, like your dick and balls.
You want to talk about my dick and balls really bad.
I kind of want to talk about your dick and balls.
We can mention my dick and balls. How do you want to talk
Just
about
like
my dick and balls?
Just like a side note. Listen, because someone...
How do you want to open it up?
Someone had to
Yeah.
comment on the last podcast episode
Yeah.
that, you know, they want to hear us talk about how we don't have sex anymore.
Oh.
But I don't know if I want to hurt their feelings by letting them know that that is not the case.
Yeah. I think it's actually improved things, having
Yeah.
a kid. It's nice. It's pretty sick.
It is pretty sick. I mean, pregnancy ruins your sex life.
Yeah. And it can be hard to get out of that.
Yeah.
Especially when, like, you know, having a kid isn't exactly the easiest thing on the body. You know what I mean?
No, not at all.
No matter what method you use. Either. Because, I mean, Jesus Christ.
He's just not trying to have the mom groups come after him.
What do you mean?
By being like, oh, one way is harder than the other.
Oh.
You gotta be PC about that.
Well, that's the funniest thing is, like, you talk about those mom groups and stuff, and it drives me up a fucking wall. Like, it's insane to me how these people can be like, Are you
Sorry,
good over there?
this chair is so squeaky.
It is specifically your chair is so
I
squeaky.
know.
I gotta figure something out about that. That's insane.
I know.
But no, like you're
I'm just gonna
talking
stop
about those
moving.
people who are all about the natural birth and stuff, and
Yes.
like who loudly and proudly shame people who have C-sections, even though it can be for emergencies or whatever.
Yeah.
I'm telling you right now, when I peaked, when I shouldn't have,
Because you did.
and I saw all of your internal organs laying on a fucking table while they were removing our son, and you have those people saying, you're not really this, that, or the other, or you didn't do this, you didn't go what I went through. And it's like, yeah, she went through something completely different. That still sucks. Fucking calm down, dude. It's not a bit... What? Are you texting right now?
No, I'm looking
Are you just
for
looking
one
at
of those stories.
close-up pictures of a uterus? Is that what
Yeah,
you're looking
that's
at?
exactly
I
what
see
I'm
it in the
doing.
reflection of your glasses. Your brand new glasses are so squeaky clean that I literally see the labia
Thank
just
you.
flying through your eyesight.
No, I was trying to look to see if I could find one on my one Reddit page I follow.
They're that frequent that you think you're confident enough that you can just find one on the fly?
Mm-hmm.
Where they just get that rude?
Yeah, I already found one. So
I know you want to name drop so bad, but don't do it.
I won't. Can I drop the Reddit page?
Well, sure, yeah.
Okay, so the Reddit page is r/shit mom groups say.
Oh, I thought you were on Facebook.
No,
I thought
I
you were just
wasn't
scrolling through Facebook
No.
comments like, yo, you are playing a dangerous game.
No. It's a Reddit page I follow that
Okay.
they post. I mean, they post screenshots.
Yeah.
So this one person posted, "Can anyone and everyone please post in the comments why it's safer to have a home birth and not a hospital birth? I have people literally saying, I just want you and baby to be safe. And that's what I'm doing by not having any intervention."
Whoa. No intervention?
No intervention.
That's a very strange way to think. That's a dangerous way to think.
It is.
I mean, I understand it's very
Especially-
expensive. It is very
It
expensive.
is. But, like, a lot of the people are being like, yeah, I might have preeclampsia, or I might have
I don't know. You got clams? Is that what you're telling me right now? What are you talking about?
preeclampsia. It is, like, high blood pressure in women,
Oh,
like, during pregnancy.
well, that's not very 2023. They should just call it high blood pressure, not high blood pressure in women. Why does it got to have a special
In
name?
pregnancy. Women in pregnancy.
Oh, I knew that. But it's not just women in pregnancy. It's
It is.
birthing people.
Sure. People with the uterus. People with the uterus.
I'm trying to trap you so bad. I'm trying to fucking get the woke mob on your ass. You're going to get
You
dunked
are.
on so
it's
quick.
so hard, though, because I'm such a blue-haired liberal.
It's true. You are.
But no.
You're a communist. We've established this
Yeah,
already.
I'm a commie who hates free births.
A commie who hates free births. Put that on your tombstone, dog.
I will, absolutely.
That's quality.
Somebody please get the mom groups after me. No, that is a thing. So on that post I just read, the tag on it was "Free birthers are the flat earthers of mom groups."
I think they could be. I don't know. It's rough. I don't know all the details.
Those are the free birthers.
I don't know
like
enough shit about birth to be like, they're fucking super wrong.
Listen,
but
they're
if
the
you
women
say-
who want to have birth with no midwives, nobody there but their husbands.
That's scary.
In the middle of the woods or in a lake.
What? In a lake?
I'm not kidding.
They hold
You
his head.
think-
They can baptize
you
him. They
think
shoot him out
I'm
like he's fucking
joking?
tadpoles, like frogs give birth.
Yes! Yes.
Just skitters out and fucking
There's
wait.
the same
What if
ones
what if
who
on the way
believe-
out of the coochie it's like swimming like a mermaid, wiggling its back legs? That way it just automatically knows how to swim. It's just fucking squirming like a tuna. That'd kick ass, dude.
No, but they're the same women who like shame women for being induced.
Oh.
They're like, I'll leave my baby in as long
Yeah, but
as
like
long as they
sometimes you
want to
literally
be.
have to. You have to. And they're like, I don't trust it.
there
It's
was-
not safe. And it's like, yes, I want a giant needle in my fucking spine. Well, that's the epidural, but still, I want a giant needle in my fucking spine. Doing this, that,
I
and
want
the
them
other.
to shove things up me
Yeah. Yeah.
and force me to do. That's exactly what I want. No. They're like, you just have to let your baby come on its own time. Even if it's 2 weeks after your due date.
Yeah.
Fuck that.
It's like, I don't have to do anything.
Fuck that. Fun
Yeah.
fact, the possibility of a stillbirth increases after a baby has hit 40 weeks.
Damn. Damn.
Yeah.
That
because
and
it
they're-
should be
we
because
live-
your baby should be breathing air at that point, and they're still breathing in amniotic fluid, which could cause pneumonia.
Oh, they're slurping that pussy juice when they should be breathing. Ew.
Because their lungs are fully developed.
That's what's insane to me is we live in a world where babies are like sea mammals, where after a minute of drinking pussy juice, they need to come up for air. And that same world, we have 3 new Star Wars movies coming out where Rey is returning. What kind of world do we live in? Is he asleep?
He is.
Nice.
I just want to transfer him real quick.
Oh, all right.
I don't want him sleeping in the swing.
That's fine. Squeaking around, dude. This is podcasting with a baby. I'm not even going to edit any of it, I don't think.
Oh my god. Why not?
I don't think it's necessary. I think it's just a window into the life of having a child and trying to do something with your life.
It's like, if you want content, you have to deal with the baby.
I mean, yeah, kinda. If we want to live a normal day-to-day life, we have to deal with the baby, so why not? I gotta tell you, though, it's a lot of fun. I'm really enjoying myself. Like, even sometimes, like, I think earlier I was sitting on the couch watching, what's that show with the ladybug lady?
I don't know.
My mom put on, like, new kids shows, like the cable TV kids shows. And when I walked in, it was still on. So she left, and I had sit down on the couch. It was after a crazy week at work, and I'm like, I take a deep breath. I'm like, I'm nice and relaxed. And then my eyes slowly focus to what's going on the TV while the little man is sitting up on the couch next to me. And I realize that we're both staring at this TV, and there's like a high school or middle school girl dressing up as a ladybug and fighting crime.
Oh my god. I gotta figure out what that is.
I think it starts with an M. Like miraculous?
Yes, miraculous something.
Miraculous ladybug? Maybe? I don't know, dude. But whatever it was a trip. There was a girl who dressed up as a clown and was stealing people's bodies and making them into clowns that looked exactly like her.
Miraculous Tales of Ladybug and
Yes.
Cat Noir?
Yes, Cat Noir. Cat Noir got turned into a clown. That dastardly feller.
Dude, you're not wrong. That is kind of ugly.
It's jarring. It's jarring.
Marionette
What?
is her name. Marionette is the ladybug name.
Oh, ew. What? Marionette?
Marionette?
That's just a puppet, dude. What are you talking about? It's crazy. It's insane. But yeah, I looked up and like the animation on that show is. Now, I'm not expecting the highest budget programming, but it is Disney kids shows. You know, they have good ones. They have Bluey, for fuck's sake. And I'm just going to say it. Bluey rules.
Yeah, but Disney doesn't make Bluey.
Well, what?
Disney doesn't make Bluey.
No, but they have it. They host it on their channel. So I figured they would have like kind of a bar for quality because it's Disney, you know. The mouse wants good stuff, at least I would think. Though Mickey Mouse Clubhouse looked like a fucking terror, so.
Mickey Mouse Clubhouse.
Yeah, come inside, it's fun inside.
Oh,
That's why we have him. All right.
Talking about parenthood.
Yeah. Talking about parenthood, fucking Mickey
I
Mouse Clubhouse.
literally came across the picture I took of us after he
Yeah.
was conceived.
Yeah, literally, it was it was one of the stereotypicals where it was like he just came in me and now he's playing Minecraft.
Yeah.
It's just me and a wife beater bundled up on the couch.
With the Switch controller.
With a Switch controller with like my tongue halfway out of my mouth, fucking doing something. And she looks like a brand new person. She looks great. She looks amazing. And then in the background, you just see tufts of chest hair, just barbed wire chest hair, poking out from the wife beater. I looked like an Italian mob boss. Like it was a rough look. Is he angry at you?
He just woke up a little bit.
Oh, this is why you don't transfer him. See what happens?
No, but
Now he's all cheesed off. Even though you don't want him to, I don't know, suffocate in the swing.
yeah, how dare I not want my son to suffocate?
Sudden baby death syndrome, or whatever it's called. Isn't that what it's called?
SIDS, sudden
Sudden baby
death
death syndrome.
syndrome.
Literally just replace one word. And it is that.
Okay, you can go back in this swing now.
All that work for nothing. You know he's going to fall asleep right as soon as you put him in there, right?
No,
And then you're going to be like, I just want to transfer him. And it's going to be the same thing
I
again.
won't do it.
I believe you. I do not believe her. Not even a little
I won't do it. I'm sorry.
I'm so sorry. I was just trying to talk about Ladybug Lady and Cat Noir, bro.
I know. This chair is so squeaky. I'm sorry. I'm so fidgety.
You're all over the place. You're bouncing off the walls right now. To be fair, juggling a microphone and a baby, it's not the easiest thing in the world, but it's what we've got to do. He's doing pretty good, though. He's a little sleepy, I think.
He is.
I think he's just a little butthurt because he wants a nap. He'll be all right, I think. Look at him. It's ridiculous.
He'll go to sleep soon.
You think?
Yeah.
You sure about that?
No.
As soon as you turned away, he was like, meh,
Meh.
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 But yeah, like we were doing this thing where we were on the couch and I'm watching Cat Noir and Ladybug Lady.
Mm-hmm.
And we keep having these moments where I look over at him and then he like peeks up at me. We make eye contact for a second, then we immediately look back at the TV. Like we're both kind of checking each other out. Like, are we watching this shit? Are we going to finish this episode?
Moment.
Oh. Oh. That was nice. You know what I just
Sorry, you were
realized?
saying.
No, it doesn't matter what I was saying. I was just talking about a wonderful interaction I had with our son. And about how I really love being a father and how much it means to me. But no, you can you can spritz your water in the microphone all day long if you want. That's fine.
Okay.
Do you want to do it again?
No.
All right. You know what I just realized?
Hmm?
I went to work semi-construction-y type work today with Disney socks on.
Not even your Disney socks.
Your Disney socks.
My I'm like looking at his socks. I'm like,
Yeah.
those are my. And just to mention, I wear size 6.5 shoes.
Yeah.
Like women's 6.5 shoes.
I wear like what, 13s, 12s, something like that.
A men's 13.
Yeah.
I can never wear those socks again.
Sure you can. I just wanted to be prepared.
Be prepared.
It's got scar on them. It's got scar on them. It says "Be prepared" on the side. I just wanted to be prepared. Show up to the job site, dripped out.
Dripped out. Sleep
I also have a
token,
big old hole in my nuts.
sleep token shirt.
Yeah.
Scar socks.
Jeans with a hole in my nutsack.
Ripped up jeans.
Yeah. I got a little bit of swamp ass today. I won't lie.
Oh.
I smelled it. Because there's a hole in my dick and balls. Right in my jeans.
Definitely not touching those dick and balls anytime
It's
soon.
sizable. Okay, well, what else is new? But no, literally, I crouched down because I was polishing a floor today, and I was cutting in with a brush, and I squatted down, and one of my nuts popped through the hole in my jeans.
Yeah. Ugh.
Yeah, that's all I really wanted from you. I just wanted to bounce that off you, see if you had any thoughts.
None.
Just nothing.
No thoughts.
Nothing about my nuts falling out of my jeans today.
No, it's nothing new.
Yeah, that's true, actually. My nuts frequently fall out of my jeans. Baby break over.
Baby break.
Holy cow. Dude, he was so mad.
So mad.
You personally attacked him. I don't know what you did.
He was so tired. That's what it is. He was really, really tired.
The overtiredness is such a crazy thing to me. That a baby can get so tired that he gets pissed off. Which, I mean, I guess I do too.
Mm-hmm.
But, like, I just, like, go to bed if that happens. I don't know. I guess
He just
people will
doesn't
have
have
a lot
that
of problems with
ability
that.
yet.
So, like, yeah, but, like, I guess that's kind of a problem that a lot of people have anyway. Now.
Yeah.
I don't remember hearing anything about that growing up. Like, people having trouble, like, sleeping, like, getting to sleep. Even when they're, like, tired or like, they've had a long day. If you want to go to sleep at night, skip the melatonin. Is that what it is? The melatonin?
Yeah.
Is that... Okay. Skip the melatonin. Just work. Just do physical labor. Go throw stuff around. You will be tired enough.
That is the worst.
Is it?
Yes.
I don't know. It works for me mostly.
Yeah. Well, to be fair, like I used to have a very physical job, and I
Yeah.
still would have trouble falling asleep.
Yeah. Well, that's because you're an alien from space.
No, because it's normal. Not everyone can fall asleep as easy. I mean, like, there are times now where like I can just like fall asleep really fast, but
yeah,
I do
like
it on
every single night now.
yeah, but I do it on accident.
Yeah, you do.
I don't do it on purpose.
It's really funny.
Like if I try to fall asleep on purpose, though, I can't fall asleep.
Well, you've become one of those people where your brain has to be active up until the switch is turned off in your brain.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, you have to be looking at something or you have to be stimulated in some way until your brain is like, you know what? I think we're just going to, go to sleep.
Mm-hmm.
It's really hilarious because, like, I'll be watching you not sleep, I promise. I'll be watching you, and you'll be like on your phone or whatever, watching stuff.
Yeah.
And I'll see you're zoned in. You are fucking in the game. I will look up, watch a short YouTube video, 5 minutes maybe, and then I'll look down and there will literally be a puddle of drool on my chest.
Yeah.
Literally a puddle of drool on my chest.
Because it is. It's just.
I blame you for me starting to drool in my sleep.
Why is that my fault?
I don't know, man. I don't think that shit's nature. I think that's nurture, and you started it. You kicked it off. You fucked me up.
I do drool a lot more now. Like,
Yeah?
I'll just be talking sometimes, and I'll be like, what is on my mouth? And I'll be
You're
like,
thirsty. You're a thirsty bitch.
I don't know what it is.
I don't know. Maybe we're just so occupied with everything going on that it's just our body like, hey, eat.
Yeah.
Like, remember to eat, stupid. Because,
like tonight we literally had ice cream for dinner.
Yeah, we have not had dinner yet.
No.
Well, to be fair, it's 8 o'clock. What are we going to do for dinner? What do you think?
I told you, so the other day I made like these homemade is loosely, like KFC bowls.
Yeah, you know the $5 fill-up bowls.
Yeah.
Like with the mashed potatoes, the mac and cheese, the corn, the vegetables, the chicken.
It's just corn if you get it at KFC. I added the other vegetables.
Well, yeah.
So what it is,
you
it's
eat
like
grass.
it's like the instant mashed potatoes, but it's sour cream and onion.
Yeah.
And
The instant mashed potatoes really pulls it together,
like
actually.
the Velveeta mac and cheese cups.
Yeah.
And
Yeah, and you split up
mixed veggies.
Velveeta mac and cheese cups. Oh my god, like the ones you pour water in.
Mm-hmm.
Dude. I just now realized that is the most
veggie
parent.
And chicken
Yeah,
nuggets.
chicken nuggets.
That shit's good.
You know what I just now realized?
I'm so excited to eat that when we're done with this.
The extreme difference between how we described that meal.
Yeah.
I was like, the mashed potatoes, the veggies, the corn, the chicken, the mac and cheese. And you're like, we got instant potatoes. I split a Velveeta cup and chicken nuggets.
And steamable frozen veggies.
That's true. The frozen veggies are actually probably the highest quality ingredient to that meal.
Yeah. You were mad at me because I didn't order any canned veggies.
I wouldn't say I was mad at you. I was kind of playing it up, but you did order like 17 bags of frozen veggies that we did not have room in our freezer for.
They fit.
Yeah, because I had to stomp them down in.
I love frozen veggies.
To get to any of our other frozen
literally-
stuff, we have to move 7 bags of vegetables out of the freezer.
But those vegetables, I could eat as an entire meal.
They are a good variety. Most of the bags have like a good mix of vegetables to where it's enough to be a decent, healthy.
Do you have a favorite veggie mix?
favorite veggie mix?
Yeah.
Is cheese a vegetable?
No.
Because broccoli cheddar soup would
That's
probably be
not a
my
veggie
favorite
mix. No, I'm
veggie
talking
mix.
about, okay, so you've got the mixed veggies.
Yeah.
You've got the Mrs. Dash garlic and herb vegetables.
Who the fuck is Mrs. Dash, dude?
You've got-
Is she on the bag or did they take her off
You've
too?
got peas and carrots.
Yeah.
And then you've got the
Peas and carrots is a classic.
Then you got the California blend.
If we're doing peas and carrots, how are the carrots prepared?
No, like they're just like the tiny diced carrots.
The diced ones?
with
So
the-
you can
with
put whatever
peas.
you want on them?
Yeah.
Then that, for sure.
Really?
Diced carrots, nice and moist with brown sugar on them.
With peas though?
Game changer. Peas, I don't give a fuck what's on them. Throw some butter in there. That'll throw it together.
Yeah, but like it's a mix, so peas and
Doesn't
vegetables
matter.
are mixed together.
Doesn't matter.
That's disgusting.
Doesn't matter. Not even a little bit. Put it in a bowl, stir it up.
Do you
feed it
like
to me.
carrots?
Do I like carrots? I love carrots.
How
I've
do you
always loved
like
carrots.
carrots?
I like baby carrots and ranch. I like big carrots and ranch. I like the big carrot wedges in my salads. I like the small diced carrots, like the canned ones with brown sugar. There's no going wrong with carrots, dude. They're the best. They fucking rule. You can also boil the baby carrots and put brown sugar on those too.
Yeah.
Eat 'em with
I
a fork.
wished I liked cold carrots more.
Really? You don't? Mm-mm. Well, it's like
I don't like. I have sensory issues, so
Yeah.
like the carrot in my teeth,
Yeah.
like in my like the cold carrot in my teeth and my mouth.
Yeah.
I can't do it.
Can I tell you another maybe bullshit fact that I learned forever ago, and I'm just writing on?
Yeah.
The only force that you need to bite someone's finger off is
Is
the force to bite a baby carrot in half.
Yeah, but your brain just stops you.
Yeah.
Honestly, I wouldn't be surprised with that though. People break their fingers so easily all the time.
Yeah, but like biting it off, like clean.
Yeah, but like a cold carrot, that is a lot of force.
I knew somebody that took like half their finger off in a screen door during a windstorm. Slammed on them. Totally chopped their middle finger in half.
See, it doesn't take a lot.
Yeah. So maybe, I don't know. We have Google, but I'm refusing to use it. I'm refusing to console our robot slave.
Oh my god.
You don't
we
think...
literally just had a conversation though about how we treat AI.
Yeah. It's
totally
not
different.
no, it's not how we treat AI. It's the fact that Alexa doesn't do what you want her to do because you talk to her like she's a person.
Yeah.
She doesn't do what you want to do half the time. You have to repeat yourself 7 times because you're having a conversation with this robot woman.
Yeah, I'm just like, hey Alexa, can you play this song?
Yeah. And then it's like the song title, but not, you don't say the artist. So then obviously it's like a new popular song with that same name.
Like, what I tried to do with I gotta find that song on Spotify separately.
What?
The Regulators song by that other person.
The Regulators?
No, it was Regulators. It was Regulate. I think it was just Regulators.
Yeah, which is why it fucked up, because that's not what that song's called. It's called Regulate.
Oh, that's why.
By Warren G.
Mm-hmm.
Featuring Nate Dogg. And it's the bomb. Fucking rule. This DJ is another good one by Warren G. Man, fucking throws it down. It's good stuff. Got a kid. Or got a baby, so I'm breaking hearts now. Huh? Yeah. That lady at the fucking eyeglass store. That's whose heart I'm breaking.
Oh, I don't know if I want to talk about this.
She wanted to
piss me off.
She wanted to fuck so bad. She looked at me holding that baby, and her ovaries exploded, dude. She was ready to throw down at America's Best. She was ready. She was fucking ready, dude. She was ready to risk it all.
This is why I told him, I'm like, we need to get married, because now bitches are gonna think you're available.
True.
When you're out with our son.
True.
Without me.
Bitches love single dads.
Bitches love single dads.
It's kind of weird. Why is that, do you think? Is it daddy issues that they have, or is it something else?
I think part of it, most of the time when bitches really like single dads, it's because they're single moms.
So
they're like, oh, and they have shitty baby daddies.
Yeah, so you can.
So they're
relate.
like, oh, I wish that was my baby daddy.
Oh,
he looks good. Like,
so I'm gonna make him my baby daddy.
Yeah.
Yeah. Mhm. That's crazy to me. That's insane.
That's the truth.
Like,
although there is that, like, I don't know if it's a stereotype or what, but it's like the single dad who's like an absentee dad, but talks about how his like ex never keeps the kids from him, and she's an awful person, and then attracts some kind of girl that always believes him.
I was about to say, which is why literally every guy who doesn't have his kids makes that excuse. Every single fucking one.
Oh, my ex is a bitch.
Every single
she
scumbag.
My kids from me.
Yeah, and meanwhile, she's just some gal who, is just hanging out, sending her kids to school, living her life.
Yeah.
And he's an insane heroin dealer.
Yeah, and it's like, do you even know what size shoe your kids are in?
True.
I know what
size our kid is in shoes.
Yeah. What size is he in shoes?
Nothing. That motherfucker don't wear shoes because baby shoes are stupid.
Baby shoes are stupid.
They're cute. They are cute. They're cute.
I don't think that.
Don't give me that fucking look.
I don't think that.
They are. Cute. If he got little sneakers, which he has.
He has little sneakers.
And they're cute.
And I hate them.
Well, don't say that. Don't say you hate them.
I don't like them.
That's rude.
They're not good developmentally.
Somebody got us those shoes. You need to be nicer.
They got him those shoes knowing that I would keep them in the box and use them as a decoration.
Yeah. It's a good decoration. They're cute shoes. You never just put like a little knickknack on your desk over there? What are those Funko Pops over there I see?
Okay, leave my
Those
Funko
are your
Pops
baby
alone.
shoes.
They're not my baby shoes.
those are your baby shoes.
No, because baby shoes are expensive. Baby things are expensive.
So are fucking Funko Pops,
no,
dude.
They're not.
You ever see fucking...
I have not bought any of these.
Yeah.
I
don't think I have either, actually. Other people just got them for me.
Yeah.
It's kind of weird.
It's a great gift for other people to give.
I do, like, they are kind of a meme now. I don't know if you're aware about the culture.
What?
Yeah, people kind of shit on Funko Pop collectors, which, fair enough. Fair enough. It's a lot.
We know some.
Yeah. But it's
some
a fun...
adult one. Like, adult Funko Pop collectors.
Yeah, but in general, it's like if you're the type of person who likes to collect things and you have the money to do it and you have the space and you want to present them and put together things that look nice, I don't hate that. That's fine. Nerd out, dude. Nerd out. I don't give a fuck, dude. And since they have a Funko Pop for literally everything, you can explore your specific niche. I'm on the soapbox this time, and I'm defending pop figures.
Okay.
I think they're fine.
I think they're fine.
I think they're great. You know what? I think they're great. I don't wish I had any more. I'll be honest. But if somebody came at me with like, say, I don't have an Iron Giant one. If somebody got me an Iron Giant Funko Pop, I'd be like, yeah, dude, that's rad. That's cool. That's a good thing to give. You've
got some cool ones.
Yeah, I've got some decent ones up there. I got Ghost, the lead singer of Ghost. I've got the Heavy from Mando, season 1. I've got Reaper and Torb from Overwatch.
That's right.
2 heroes that I don't really play too much. Well, I play Torb a little bit, but I don't really play Reaper. Reaper's a bit ballsy for me. I'm too much of a pussy bitch to play Reaper.
Talk about Overwatch?
We can if you want.
Overwatch.
This is kind of a niche thing, but we can talk about it if you want. I know you have opinions. Yeah. Not as many people are into Overwatch as you think. It's not like Call of Duty.
It should be.
I mean, I think it's fine. You know, I think I
love Overwatch.
It's good. It is good. It's TF2. Team Fortress 2. I mean, it's pretty much what the game is based off of. Let's be honest here. I don't know if you're completely familiar, but the art style is somewhat similar. It's a little bit more cartoony, bright colors, appealing to the eye, very easy to look at.
That's why I like it.
Yeah, no, I totally agree. Like I've learned to appreciate games that don't look muddy and dark and grimy and shit. Now,
yeah,
like you can fit a million blades of grass on Master Chief's nutsack. I'm still not gonna think it's as pretty as Overwatch because it's I don't know if it's a sensory overload thing for me because I'm just old as fuck and I look at it and I'm like, this is too much for me. I can't do this. Or if it's just because my eyesight's so bad because I cannot see the enemy. I cannot see the enemy in like 90% of games, like FPS games. So I can't play COD. I think they have like the little names that float above, but that doesn't do it for me. I need bright colors. I need to be like, this guy has a red outline and he's a monkey, and I don't have a monkey on my team, so I know I'm supposed to shoot at this guy.
Call of Duty is not fun. Like, it's not lighthearted. I
agree. I don't think Call of Duty has ever really been fun.
Come on, you play Overwatch and you're playing a monkey.
You can be a monkey and jump around.
You can be a monkey and jump around.
Yeah, wrecking ball. You're a hamster. You're a hamster in a robot ball. You can grapple and you can smack people off ledges as a hamster in a ball using physics.
You can be a monk and kick people.
Yeah, you can kick people across the fucking map.
A floating robot monk.
Yeah.
Come on, that's so fun.
Yeah. Well, and then there's the people who want like.
Do I look like I want to be like a basic military bitch?
Hey, dude.
Running through some beige forest.
You know what vibes that gives me? Bitches that play a lot of Call of Duty, especially like Warzone. Specifically Warzone 2.0, the real diehards.
Energy.
Maybe a little bit of pick me, but I think more or less Confederate flag bumper sticker.
Yes.
Is what I get from that.
Oh my god. Don't get me started on Confederate flag women.
I just want to look.
Don't get me started on Republican women.
Like one of the boys. I just want to look like one of the boys. It's like, shut the fuck up. You can snipe.
I'm not like other girls.
Here's the thing, though. I think there is a difference, though. I don't know. Maybe I'm being too mean to Call of Duty. Maybe I am. Because I see a lot of clips and stuff, and there's a lot of people who are genuinely having a great time on Call of Duty. Yeah. And I think it's because they really like getting good at it. And I think that's why we're so spiteful.
It's because it's hard to be good at it?
Not just that, but we don't have the time to dedicate to getting good at it. You know what I mean? We're way too fucking busy to get good at it. With Overwatch, I would say that the skill ceiling's still pretty high, but it's so much easier to just hop into a quick game of Overwatch than it is to dedicate yourself to a game of Warzone. And with everything looking so bleak and everybody else being so sweaty, no matter what kind of lobby you're in, it makes it a little bit more of a bitter taste, you know?
Yeah.
It's tough. And it's not how I want to spend my free time, basically.
They're not as, like, welcoming.
Nah, I mean, yeah, and I'm sure they can be. I'm sure there's, like, I don't like to generalize like that, you know what I mean? Like,
well, yeah, but, like, you know, like, the game's not very welcoming to, like, new players.
I agree.
Like, but there's a lot of, like, as we call them, shoot-em-man games like that.
Yeah.
That aren't very welcoming to a different audience. Like, it's the same audience that they go for in those kinds of games.
Yeah.
Warzone, Siege, like those.
Siege is the most extreme example of a game that you will not be able to get into it if you try to get into it now. No. I have tried to get into Siege. It might be in the double digits amount of times that I've tried to get into Siege over its lifespan, and every single time I've given it a few games each time. I've played a handful of games each time, and each time I'm like, this is fucking ass, dude. Fuck this. And I know it's like mad 'cause bad, but I'm not gonna sit here and fucking practice for 12 years when I've got all this shit going on just for a bunch of 12-year-olds to call me gay. You know,
Yeah.
like, I understand why it's funny because I used to be those 12-year-olds that no-lifed Halo 4 and kicked the shit and just slapped dicks all day long.
I think I like the backstory of all the characters, too.
Yeah. You know, and
That's what I like.
that, and plus the collectibles are good. And, you know, a lot of people say, like, weapon skins and stuff in COD are so cool. And they are cool textures that you can get for your gun and all that. But, I mean, the skins in Overwatch, Blizzard's art team is just so stupid good at what they do that, like, I'll eat up pretty much anything that they throw down because it just looks pretty.
I think the thing with, like, those other shoot games, for me, is like the over military stuff. The overtly just like games that suck the military's dick.
Yeah. We're gonna do Desert
And
Storm
lets it
again,
come
but from
all
this
over it.
perspective. Oh my fucking god.
Yeah, I can't do it. I absolutely cannot do it.
That doesn't bother me too much. I like that vibe.
I hate it.
I like the vibe.
But
I just
also,
can't do it anymore. It's too much.
I'm a liberal commie, and
You are a liberal commie.
fuck the military. Not
What-
like fuck.
I forget the Call of Duty game it is, but you start in an elevator as a Russian dude and at an airport, and you commit an act of terrorism in first person. I think you'd actually like that mission a lot because you're a Russian, you're a commie, and you're fucking taking out the capitalist pigs.
Yeah.
Even though they're innocent civilians, and you're just laying down families in the middle of a airport lobby.
Well, I wouldn't do that.
Well, you have to. It's the mission, or else you can't go forward in the story. Are you gonna portray your Russian comrades, dude? You're fucking.
It's like, do I kill all these families or do I die?
Yeah.
Because betraying your Russian comrades, that's not just
Comrade.
betrayal.
Yeah, it's the death sentence.
Death sentence.
They will fuck you with a bear paw. They are not afraid to fuck you with a bear paw.
I don't know. That's my thing with the majority of games, and why I found it so hard to get them into them as like an adult who was freshly learning how to play, because I didn't feel like they were being marketed towards me.
Well, that's fair because I want to give a little bit of context before you go on a spiel because I want to hear this.
Yeah.
But just for some context, you didn't grow up playing games. Really,
I did not. No.
Like at all. So it's a very unique perspective that you have that I've always appreciated because you did not grow up playing games really at all. Like you played Simpsons Hit and Run, but you kind of just fucked around. You didn't really do the missions or anything. You know, it's like.
I like maybe played a little GTA, but
Yeah. But like that type of stuff, a lot of user-friendly, just drop in, cause chaos.
Minecraft.
Yeah, you understand what's going on, you do that kind of thing. So like going towards an FPS game, you have a very interesting perspective.
Yeah. So like like I said, so like I didn't, like Zach said, I didn't play like a lot of games growing up. My brother did, because that was a boys thing. Boys played video games. He was more into it, but also at the time, like video games weren't marketed towards women.
Not
like
really,
they weren't
no.
like, and if they were like very popular at the time, and they had like a storyline or anything like that, like it wasn't good.
I disagree.
Like it wasn't like, I didn't really like, I mean it just wasn't fun to play for me.
That's
because
fine.
I couldn't like,
That's a much more fair thing to say.
One, I couldn't relate. Two, a lot of them, like I played like a couple, like I attempted to play a couple of like the Call of Duty storylines to get started.
Yes.
And
Which some of them are good.
some of them are good.
Some of them are
The one I
unironically good.
like, people notoriously hate,
Ghost?
Ghost.
Yeah.
But I liked it.
I think people didn't like the gameplay. I actually don't totally understand the hate for Ghost because I enjoyed it when it came out.
I felt like it was, for me, I really like playable stories. Like, I like
Yeah.
it to be more of a story when I play.
That's
And
fair.
I feel like when you do a lot of those, like, military type ones,
It's the same story over and over again.
it's the same story over and over
Go beat
again.
the big bad.
Yeah, and it's all about, like, this strong man character.
Yeah.
So, like, I'm a girl trying to do something different by playing video games.
You just felt underrepresented,
Yeah.
which is entirely fair. I mean, that's
And
true.
it's
All
like-
the best games from like the mid 2000s, early 2010s, and all that shit, even the early 2000s and late 90s, like there was not a lot of, there was like what, Lara Croft,
Yeah.
Samus.
And even then, Lara Croft was written by men for men.
Well, yeah, originally. You see those pixelated tits, those polygons were popping, bro.
That's another issue is there was not like a lot. There's not like a lot of like female.
Well, that was big tit representation. You should have felt right at home.
Again, a female character written by men for men, not for women. But like now there's more like video game developers that are women who are putting different perspectives on things, and it's a little bit more like all characters are more well-rounded now when it comes to that kind of
they
stuff.
make good games and shitty Star Wars movies.
Yeah. But like it wasn't like that back then, so it was like super isolating.
Yeah.
You're like, I don't want to play, like I don't care. I don't like it. It's just that I just didn't like it.
Yeah.
The couple games I did like were like the Alice in Madness.
Yeah, that was a cool game.
It was a really cool game.
It was a third-person sort of hack and slash type. I know you don't know
it was like a puzzle.
the specifics of like the different genres of game and all that, so I respect that. But
it was like a puzzle type,
yeah,
like adventure game.
Yeah, third-person kind, sort of platformy at times. You know.
Yeah.
You'd jump around a good bit. You'd had a good. I think you had some abilities that you could.
It was like partial horror, I would say.
The vibe was.
The vibe was
the art style was very cool.
Yeah, it was very cool. So I played that.
I don't think they made a sequel.
I played some of the Walking Dead games. Like I said, very story based.
The Telltale games were good. They were good.
And those ones I could get behind a lot because there were like characters I could relate to and like characters I could actually be like, oh, because when you play a video game like that, like you play a first person shooter, like you are that character.
Yeah.
So it's kind of like hard to play a character that you don't really like feel connected to.
Well, something that's a really good point for you specifically. And the reason I say that is because I've tried to get you into a few games and you insert yourself into a game more than any other human being I've ever met in my entire life.
Oh my god, yeah. Like when I was playing
Destiny. Do you remember when I tried to get you into Destiny?
Yeah, it was not that long ago, and I was trying to play...
And you cried.
I was trying to play the tutorial mission.
You were playing the tutorial mission, yeah.
And I cried. I was bawling.
You went down into a cave, things started getting a little bit dark, and you were like, I don't want to do it! And then your flashlight turned on, and you realized that there was no light except for your flashlight, and you're like,
yeah.
And then the hive came out, and the thralls started running after you, and you were sobbing while you were blasting them in the face. You were doing good.
Yeah,
you were shooting them. You were hitting the targets. I don't know how your eyes were closed, but you were just sobbing, just running through this cave, shooting these zombie things that are sprinting at you. Yeah.
And I'm just shooting them, hitting them in the head, and getting headshots.
It was beautiful. It was beautiful to watch. But then immediately after, you threw the controller at me, like, done. I don't want to play this.
I don't want to do it. Yeah, like, it freaks me out. But that's my thing with like a lot. Like I can't play zombie games either. But it's also the same reason I can't do haunted houses because I get so into it.
Yeah, you think it's real.
It's hard for, and I think it's not like logically like I know it's not real, but my body does. My body doesn't realize it.
You have this ability physically to suspend your disbelief, and I am a little bit jealous of it. I'm a little bit jealous. I wish I still had that because I feel like part of that kind of is like steroids for your imagination.
It's fantastic.
I could use.
I really want to like not mark. I'm trying to think of the right word, but I would say most of that is because I like to read.
Yeah.
So I read a lot, and how I read is I read it, and then in my head it plays like a movie.
Yeah. Same here, really. When I did read, I don't read.
So like I was like able to put myself into the character, and read it from there and see everything that's happening from their perspective. Yeah. And so I just do that with every piece of media.
Which I
do it with movies. I do it with movies too.
And with a video game though, it's much more interactive.
Yes.
So it like kind of unlocks a separate layer to that immersion that you're a little bit less accustomed to because you haven't done it really. Yeah. Not as much anyway. You're not calloused.
Yeah. I can't do the horror games.
It's crazy to me. It's insane. Watching you play a game is the most fascinating fucking thing in the world.
It freaks me out so bad.
You get so sucked in, and I'm so excited to watch Theo go through that because I know that childlike imagination is one of those things that can help you like tune into that part of your brain that you do. And I'm so excited to watch those gears turn in the same way that yours do. Oh, dude, we're gonna have a lot of fun.
It is. I'm so excited for that.
Yeah, because it's gonna be like you get to see the things that you go through kind of in the third person. Of course, it's different, but you know what I mean.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie that like I'm a little nervous about that because I don't feel like I want to make sure. I don't know how I want to phrase this.
Just say what you're thinking, and then I'll try and back you up.
So, I just want to make sure I raise a good man.
Ooh.
And it makes me like it.
You mean well-rounded? You don't want him to be a basement dweller?
Exactly.
Okay.
Like I'm not trying to raise like no nice guy.
Yeah.
I want to make a good, well-rounded person.
Yes.
I
think we agree on that.
Yeah, we agree on that. But it's like I worry because when I got pregnant, I was super prepared to raise a strong, powerful woman.
Right.
Like, you know how bad we wanted a girl first.
We did.
And not that I don't love my son. I wanted to raise a strong-willed woman.
Well, I think it's important to acknowledge that these feelings exist.
Yeah.
And that's a normal thing for people to go through. A lot of people are like, you don't pick favorites, you don't do this, you don't do that. Like it's some sort of unwritten rule book. And you notice all the people that are yelling the loudest about that don't even have kids.
Yeah.
So like, shut up. That is legitimately one of those things where if you have that opinion and you don't have kids, you need to shut up. Like it's just a fact. Like I try to be the type of person who's like, oh, everybody can have an opinion about everything. But it's like, you can have your opinion about it, but don't try to spread it because it doesn't make sense. You don't know what it's like. You genuinely don't.
So like I was fully prepared to like raise a strong-willed woman.
Yes.
Like fully prepared. That's what I wanted to do.
Yeah.
Like, and I still want to do that. Like I still want to have a daughter so I can do that.
Mm-hmm.
But like
that'll also be a lot of fun.
But to raise a son who recognizes his privilege of being a white man.
Yeah.
Is like something like I want to make sure he's aware of.
I think that'll be a lot easier than you think it will be.
Probably because I know like this generation of parents, you know, is really on that kind of stuff. Like,
not just that.
Or I mean, honestly, like our generation too.
Yeah. Well, think about it.
And, like,
here's something that I've been thinking about a lot about recently when it comes to parenting. Is from his perspective, it's going to be at least somewhat similar to what our perspective to our parents was, at least early on. You know what I mean? So, like, if your parents think something is cool, it's like, maybe it is. Maybe you attach yourself to it. Maybe you like that for one thing, for one of their interests. But for kids, at least as far as I know, it's harder to separate interests from moral values.
Yeah.
So it's like, oh, dad just likes to be nice to homeless people, as an example. But like, if you're actively trying to shove those beliefs down the kid's throat, there's a very good chance that if you're annoying enough with it, then they will completely reject it and go the opposite direction, which happens so much. It happens so much. So I think being prepared to raise the kind of man that you want to do, who is, you know, self-aware in that way, I think a lot of that will come naturally if we raise him how we wish we were raised. You know what I mean?
Yeah, absolutely. And nothing to say like anything was wrong with like how our parents raised us.
No.
It's just
it's different.
It's different.
We're in a completely different fucking world, dude. Did you see the carpet they had in their houses? Jesus fucking Christ, bro. Did you see their drapes, dude? Come on, their fucking clothes? Nah, dude.
It's not, and like honestly, like slowly, you know, the generations have been raising kids to be more emotionally intelligent.
Yes.
And I think these generation of kids that are like being born now, who are maybe 1 or 2 by now, like they're probably the most emotionally intelligent generation we've had in a long time.
Yes, there's that viral video of the Asian kid sitting down with his mom.
Yeah. Oh my
like,
God,
I was trying to tell dad to fucking be smart, you know, basically. I'm translating in my own language.
I would think it was like make kind choices.
Yeah, he was like, I was trying to make dad
help him calm down.
Choices because the baby did something annoying, and it's like, what? And
he was frustrating dad. Yeah,
dude,
that's awesome.
That's insane.
I know adults who can't do that.
Is that video scripted?
Maybe. Who knows? But like,
still, just seeing it was weird. Just seeing that come out of like a very young kid's mouth was odd. It was very weird.
Yeah, but I mean, I think that's the issue now with like a lot of like older adults.
Yeah.
Is that they don't have like a lot of emotional intelligence.
True. Well, Yeah.
And it's like they don't...
Either that or willful ignorance of their own feelings, for sure. They just ignore it.
They're just, they're not very... And that's, I think, translates to them not being as empathetic as younger generations. Well, because they're not in tune with their own emotions, so how can they be empathetic to other people's emotions?
I think a lot of it is people willingly ignoring their emotions and thinking that it's a positive character trait and thinking that that makes them resilient when it really doesn't, because I used to be that way. I used to completely ignore all of my feelings and just do the whole stereotypical bury them deep down and stuff, but I'm 110% an open book now, which feels so fucking nice.
I mean, that's definitely, like, that's who your role models were growing up, though.
Yeah.
Like their feelings didn't matter, so
absolutely.
So now you have to act like you're like calling in sick,
dude. For real though, like it's okay to call in sick to work.
It's absolutely okay to call in sick to work.
It is okay to call in sick to work, dude.
Calm down. Like, I will flat out admit that I'm a workaholic.
Yeah.
That like my job is one of my top priorities.
Yes.
It's literally like my son, my job.
Yeah.
And like I have trouble calling in sick sometimes. Like I get anxious doing it because that was such ingrained to me that you don't call in sick unless you are deathly sick and you can't do anything.
Same.
Like it was so
even
ingrained.
Like school, like staying home from school was not an option growing up.
No.
Not an
like
option.
you had to be really, really ill. Like you had to be throwing up.
Yeah. Yeah, you always needed proof. That was one of the things.
Yes,
you always needed
need
some
proof.
kind of proof. Some kind of proof.
That you were sick.
Even though they might not have ever said explicitly, at least for me, that I needed proof, they always
made you
would
like
come
feel
back
like
in. Yeah, it always felt like it.
Well,
for
I didn't
some
hear
reason.
you throw up.
Something like that.
Yeah.
You know, just little tiny things like that. That, I mean, I'll probably catch myself doing because sure, like I'm gonna have those doubts and it's gonna become an issue because I have to go to work and now my kid has to stay home and this, that, and the other. That kind of thing. So
I think as long as we make it like not a big deal, then they're not going to do it as much because hey, if I'm actually sick, I don't have to go to school.
Yeah, but I think also another part of that is like them liking school, which is going to be so tough now.
Yeah.
I don't know about you, but looking at schools now scares the fuck out of me because I'm scared to see where we go with it because schools are fucking crazy now.
Everything with schools right now kind of terrors. I'm not even going to lie. Like, it's terrifying. Yeah. The idea of sending him to school.
Dude.
Is
I mean, granted, right now
terrifying.
he's still a little green bean. He's still a little fella.
Green bean. I don't have to like worry about that. But it comes like faster than you realize. And schools nowadays are just terrifying.
Nowadays, we're so fucking old.
They're terrifying to be in. I'm sorry. When we were in elementary school, like there was one elementary school shooting.
Yeah.
It was Sandy Hook, and we were in middle school.
One that we really knew about. One that was real big, you know.
But like now there's like
it was Columbine, but
yeah, but that was like a high school.
That was kind of before.
But like elementary school students being killed.
Yeah.
That really wasn't.
Yeah.
That wasn't
kids. That was kids being murdered.
That wasn't a thing.
Do you think YouTube likes that if I say that a little bit louder? Kids being murdered.
Beep them out. But that wasn't a thing. Like, school shootings, yeah, like we knew Columbine happened, but that was about it.
Yeah. Oh,
and then all of a sudden we hit middle school and high school, and you've got Sandy Hook, and then our senior year in high school, the Florida shooting.
Yes. Yeah.
And then
honestly, I think our high school careers were just kind of chock full of shootings.
Yeah, absolutely.
Not just school shootings. There was Pulse, there was Texas, there was all sorts of shit.
The Vegas shooting.
Vegas. There was all sorts of crazy shit going on. The church,
now,
that one church.
Yeah, and now literally like every other week
it's fucking
there's
crazy,
a story
dude.
about a shooting.
And I think that's part of the problem is that there's stories about them. I understand bringing awareness to the problem is super important, but that also brings awareness to the shooting itself. Yeah. And that is an event, and that has been proven to be so many reasons as to why they do it in the first place is for that attention,
for the notoriety.
And they just they don't stop showing it. It's like, what the fuck? You can even blur out his face.
That's why I really appreciate some of like the YouTube news.
You're talking about Philip DeFranco.
Yeah, specifically Philip DeFranco because he started it. But there are a lot of
I don't know if he started it.
Oh, he didn't start, but because like he's the one we watch the most.
Exactly.
Who really does it. But like not saying their name, not showing their picture, not doing anything like that, and specifically just talking about the heroes in the story.
Yeah.
And
Philly D's another filthy communist.
Yeah.
He's a filthy
Probably.
fucking communist. But I can't help but like him. I can't help but like him.
But
Something
that's the
about
thing.
it.
I mean, yeah, because then
The
that's
beautiful
what they
bastards
want.
thing is dumb. Pretty much everything that he says, that the way he says it, I think registers in my head is dumb. But something about he's just a really likable dude. He talks so intelligently that I'm like, shut up, dork. You're probably right though. Like that's pretty much what it is.
You literally just do that to me.
Yeah, shut up, nerd. Even if you're right, you goof.
Yeah.
I don't want to hear that shit. You know, but it's fine. But no, it's true. Just
It's terrifying to be a parent nowadays, though.
yeah. I mean, I imagine it's terrifying
And
to
people
be a
are
parent
like,
no matter what.
and
but-
people are like, oh, parents these days are just so paranoid. You know, when I was a kid, I used to just ride my bike around the neighborhood, no problem. And I'm like, yeah, that was the 70s, and people were getting kidnapped and killed.
They were getting raped all the time.
all the time.
The 70s was like peak rape, other than like medieval times.
peak rape and peak like killers, like peak serial killers.
Yeah.
All from the 70s.
Yeah.
So, excuse me, no, we're not gonna raise our kids like it's the 70s anymore.
Yeah.
Because so many people died because of serial killers.
Yeah.
Like,
Y'all motherfuckers
so
were
many.
losing babies all the time. Like, I don't understand why. And it's like, really?
Yeah.
Are you sure? Are you positive? All those crazy parents back in the day that wrapped their kids up in bubble wrap ain't looking so nuts now, are they?
Yep.
Motherfuckers got fully automatic guns wandering the streets, blasting shit up.
But it is. It's
No
terrifying.
remorse.
It's terrifying to be a parent because everyone tells you what's right or what's wrong, and this could kill your baby, or this could kill your baby, or you know, this if you do this, you're gonna give your baby hip dysplasia. And
Yeah, that kind of shit. Like
If you
the
do this, you're
illnesses
gonna
that come
stretch your
from babies
baby's-
sitting wrong is so fucking weird. It's like, god damn it, I can't
If
even
you
just
do-
set my baby down without being paranoid anymore.
yeah,
This is insane.
you could triple check that there's nothing in the crib, and then it's like, oh, don't let your kid watch like screen time. That's gonna rot their brain.
Which, yes, because screen time ruins adult brains. Especially specific apps
Ooh.
ruin adult brains.
Gets so close to the mic.
It's because I'm right. I will die on this hill. TikTok is a fucking disease, dude. I realize that all of my hot takes make me sound like a blaring conservative.
Absolutely.
That's
People are
kinda
going to be
crazy.
like, how does this relationship work?
Yeah, yeah. They don't know that I'm like kind of not. I don't know. It's fine. But
You do have some very conservative hot takes.
I do. But I'm far from I'm far from putting myself in that group, if
Yeah.
that makes any sense. Not just because the way that they, conduct themselves in public is so just like they're preschoolers about everything.
Yeah.
They're preschoolers. They're preschoolers about everything. And then
You
the
don't
far
like
and then the
red?
far left.
You can't be my friend. You
Yeah.
don't like red.
Yeah, yeah. The
Only
people on
people
the
like
people
right
on
to
the
be my
very far right act like actual toddlers, and the people on the far left are so fucking snobby, just snot nosed, and it's just such a bad dynamic because the kindergartners are making fun of the snot nosed brats for being snot nosed brats, for judging them and all that, and thinking this is bad and this is bad, whereas the snot nosed brats are just sniveling at the little kids throwing their little temper tantrums.
Oh
So
my
it's never gonna
God.
end. It's a vicious
It's
cycle.
not.
But
It's not
fun
because
to watch,
people
though.
don't know how to do this thing called agree to disagree.
No shit, dude.
Or look at the middle line. Like,
God.
honestly, nobody knows how to look at the middle line anymore.
True. I put my dick in you, and we disagree on so much.
We disagree on a lot.
And it's
Our biggest thing?
still great.
Gun control.
Guns? Oh yeah.
Guns
I,
are
I
our
like
biggest
guns.
thing.
I do like guns,
They terrify me.
which is fine. They're allowed to
I'm-
terrify you. That's okay.
I'm getting around to the point where I'd be like, I think I might be okay going to a shooting range.
Yeah.
like,
Oh,
once.
really? Really? That's huge for you.
That is huge.
Because
they
you
scare
didn't
me.
even want me to have a gun in the house in
I-
a safe that only I knew the code to.
Yeah,
Like,
I still don't.
well, all right. I think you're gonna come around.
Maybe.
I want that to happen.
But-
I do.
I do not believe somebody should be able to own a gun in a house that I live in.
That's fair. With, stuff, whatever you're comfortable talking
Oh,
about,
you
but
mean
stuff.
the risk of me unaliving myself?
Yeah.
Yeah.
All that nasty
It
shit.
definitely is like way less now. It's probably like a 5%.
That's how I
chance
know you
might-
watch TikTok, is because you say unalive. She's
Well,
talking about
'cause-
killing herself.
well, we're posting this on YouTube.
She's talking about suicide.
They're not gonna.
We don't get monetized, dude. We don't get fucking
They're
monetized.
going to hide this.
You
we're
think
gonna
we
be
get
shadow
monetized?
banned.
That's okay. I'm fine being shadow
We're gonna
banned.
have an 18+.
Hey, I'm totally proud to keep it real as long as whatever. Doesn't matter.
Yeah,
to me.
kill
We have
myself.
jobs. Yeah.
Yeah, kill myself.
Yeah, kill myself.
Definitely. I don't feel like I'm ever gonna be like that again. At least to what I was in high school.
Yeah, and I never have been at that point. I've had issues with that kind of stuff before, but I've never gone to the lengths that you have. And in being at that point, I imagine once you're out of that pit, I imagine it usually feels like you'll never go back in. Yeah. I imagine you usually have that feeling afterwards. So
it does.
I think it would be more of a false sense of security to believe that that's not possible of happening.
I think the big thing is my anxiety.
Yeah.
Honestly, but I don't feel like
you can order at the drive-thru now though. You do pretty
can.
good. You do pretty good.
I can make phone calls at work without being anxious.
Mm-hmm. I've been trying to coach you when it comes to the drive-thru.
You have.
I've been trying to become homies with the people at the window through the passenger seat just to force you into social interaction. It's great.
Awful.
It works pretty well. You've grown. You've done good.
But it does, I do get overwhelmed. But I think with Theo, I could not imagine making him motherless.
True.
So it just adds that whole if I never had him.
Mm-hmm.
If we just didn't have kids.
Yeah.
No, it would definitely be like a 50-50 shot on whether or not I'd be so deep in a hole again like that I wouldn't come up. But because we have him,
yeah, it's weird.
I can't make him motherless.
And also, it's a mixture of that because when things have been tough. Granted, it's only been 3 months, but there have been some lows, and
yeah, there's been some crying in the shower.
Yeah, there's been some pretty cool moments, but yeah. Whenever I think about, what the alternative could be, I'm just like, there's no fucking way, dude. There's no way. I can't even let that thought be in my head for more than a second anymore. Mm-mm. No self-loathing, no woe is me type shit. None of that can exist in my brain anymore. I do not let it.
Yeah.
Just because as soon as
somebody depends on me.
Exactly. None of that matters anymore. None of this going on up in here, none of that matters anymore. And it's made it easier. It's legitimately made it easier.
Me of this trend that was going around TikTok.
Ugh.
About I know, shut up. But it was
I'm sorry.
But it was and I hated this trend. It really stressed me out, and especially it really became super popular right at the end of my pregnancy, which was a bad thing. And it was if it came down to it, save me, not my baby.
What?
Mhm. Yeah, it was literally all these people being pick me, save me.
Interesting.
I can always make another baby.
What the fuck?
Don't let me die.
That's a weird way of making your kid sound expendable. It's very odd.
It is. I didn't like it.
I don't like it. I don't like that question either.
I hate that question.
I hate even thinking about the possibility.
Well, you need to be prepared, and you need to let somebody know what you would want in case you're incapacitated. Because labor and having a baby is a serious medical thing. Lots of trauma. I had a hemorrhage, so it was a small one, but it made me anemic for 3 weeks.
True, that fucked you up.
It fucked me up.
That was pretty sick.
There is always that possibility. So, having those conversations with your spouse or your partner about, what you would want.
Yes.
If you were to become incapacitated, I don't want to be a robot on a machine. I don't want a machine living for me if there's no chance I'm getting better. Mm-hmm. Donate my organs. Let me live through somebody else. That's fine.
Yeah, you don't want my organs, dude. But.
But it was this big trend that was save me, not my baby. It stressed me out.
Yeah.
It made me it was really difficult.
I would
really
never
upset.
ever honestly, if that was the first TikTok I saw, say I was getting on TikTok and I was like, I'm gonna fucking give this a shot, and that's the first TikTok I saw, I would immediately uninstall. That makes me
really
so
bad.
uncomfortable. Even the thought for a second
of
Theo not having his dad or me not having him. Nah. Nope.
I think it's a different question when you have like a kid already.
Yeah. And,
so, like,
you know,
if you
like
were to ask me now, if I were to get pregnant right now and, you know, we were getting ready to have another, I would say you need to save me. Like, I cannot leave my kid without his mom.
Yeah.
Now,
that's fair.
Before I had him,
Mm-hmm.
and it was, like, just me, I would be like, I didn't know.
Yeah.
If someone would have asked me, like, and made me choose right then and there, save me or him,
Mm-hmm.
I probably would have said save him.
Man.
And that's hard.
Yeah.
That's hard to think about.
Yeah.
Because now that he's here, that
just makes me think about where I would be.
Yeah.
Like, without you. Oh.
It's hard.
Oof.
And I hate to think about it.
Jesus Christ.
But I had to. Like, there was a point where, like, I'm like, I need to
I need to come up with an answer for this.
I need to at least think about this for more than 2 seconds without it, like, completely shutting off my brain.
Yeah.
And I probably would have said save him.
I'm very, very thankful that I do not have a pussy. I'm
Yeah.
so thankful. Jesus. I say it a lot.
You do.
I'm very thankful I don't have a pussy.
I think my answer then would have
Shit is rough,
been
dude.
Yeah. I think my answer then would have been because I just don't think I could have lost another baby.
Yes.
I just don't think I could have gone through that
No.
again.
Yeah. I don't think that would.
Especially that far along.
Yeah.
I couldn't.
Yeah.
That would actually, like, kill me on the inside.
I mean,
and that's rough to talk about.
Yeah. It's not something you can be like, you can turn back into funny.
No, sorry. Sorry, guys.
No, it's it's fine. No, it's good to talk about. Because, like, these are things that people, like, a lot of people, I'm not on TikTok.
Yeah.
I'm not on TikTok. But, so I don't know. I'm sure that's a place where people find that kind of solace, that kind of comfort when they're talking about this stuff.
Mm-hmm.
So, like, maybe it's not as taboo of a subject as it used to be. But for the greater public, people are kind of afraid to talk about that kind of stuff, I think.
Yeah.
And that's goofy to me because we're literally all people is like one of the things that I always say all the time. We're literally all people. That's all there is to it. It doesn't need to be more complicated than that. Why are we not just unconditionally open with each other? That doesn't make any fucking sense to me.
We all go through hard times.
Yes, we all go through shit.
Go through hard times.
Literally
so
everybody.
It's like, even if I don't fully understand it, like, I know what it's like to feel that, like, a grief.
I don't get it, but I respect it.
Exactly.
Yeah, it's not that hard.
It's not that hard to be sympathetic.
It's really not that hard to not be a piece of shit all the time.
Yeah.
But there's so many pieces of shit that are pieces of shit all the time.
But there are so many topics still that are so taboo to talk about that majority of the people go through in their life.
Yeah, like Wayfair. What the fuck's going on there, huh? Cabinets?
Oh my god, stop. you know what I'm saying.
Yeah. No, I get it.
It's crazy.
Yeah. People are so weird to talk about certain things. And I guess it's a lot about, like, it's harder for people to talk to people that they know well, that they've established relationships with about specific things because they're worried that it'll make other people see them in a different light.
Yeah.
Which, like, what's so bad about that?
Yeah. I mean,
that's what a relationship is growing and learning more about the person and changing your views on them based on what you know about them and finding a deeper appreciation for them because you know them as a person. That's what getting to know a person is.
Yeah. Like, getting to the nitty-gritty stuff.
Yeah, motherfuckers are so awkward to talk about the tough shit with people because they're so worried about what everybody's going to think about them. They're not going to think I'm perfect.
Yeah.
They forget about...
They're like, oh, is this too much?
Yeah,
Am I putting too much on this person?
The nuances and flaws of a person are the best parts, I think.
Yeah.
They're the best because that's their character-defining qualities that they have.
One of my favorite things... So I'm, like... Part of my job is being a hiring manager, right?
Yeah.
One of my favorite things about my job is when people will admit their mistakes.
Yeah.
Because, honestly, when you have those people who are like... I never did anything wrong. I don't know what you're talking about.
Mm-hmm.
Like, nope, I'm the most fantastic worker in the world.
Yeah.
People love me.
That's weird. Like the ego shit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That almost immediately turns me off.
It's almost
from from hiring somebody if they're so quick to, like, jump on their own shit.
Yeah. It's almost like deflection.
Yeah.
Like they're deflecting what they want to be to you.
That's why one of my favorite interview questions is, what do you think your greatest weakness is?
Yeah.
Because and I love those. Mm-hmm. Or what do you think you can work on in your next job?
That's, yeah.
My big thing, like,
wait, hold on. Let's interview you.
Yeah.
Okay, so what are your normal interview questions?
My normal interview questions.
Yeah.
So a lot of them are, tell me how your day. Like I always like to start like getting to know them. Like
I
how's your
don't
day?
want the nitty gritty stuff. This will take fucking 45 minutes.
Okay,
but...
so like my big ones.
Yeah.
Are what made you leave your last job?
Well, we can't do that one.
Can't do really.
We can't go too deep into that.
No, but it's like that's my big one.
What do you think your biggest weakness is? Let's start with that one then.
What? So yeah. Mine? Do you want me to answer mine?
Yes. What is your biggest weakness?
My biggest weakness?
Yeah.
I talk out of my ass too much.
Yeah?
I do.
You think so?
I think so. Sometimes I get into my own head too much. Mm-hmm. And I don't communicate. I need to work on my communication with things. I think that I'm bad at delegating. Mm-hmm. So I'm bad at... I hate asking other people to do something for me that I can do. Mm-hmm. So
I think I would probably have a pretty similar answer to that, like actually.
I have trouble delegating. I have trouble communicating. If
kind of a control freak. We're both kind of control freaks.
So then when I do tend to like ask somebody to do something for me, mm-hmm. I feel incredibly bossy. And sometimes people will see me as bossy. Yeah.
Replace the word bossy with unreasonable, and that I feel that pretty hard. I always feel like I shouldn't be asking other people to do stuff for me. I always feel like I should be doing stuff for other people. I always feel like I owe other people things.
Yeah.
I feel it's very hard for me to feel indebted, so it's very easy to take advantage of me in that regard.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so I would say that's my greatest weakness. Another one I like to ask is, what are you looking for in a company? Like, what are you looking for in a company? What do I look for? What are you looking for in a company? For me,
yeah,
it's
as general as you can be.
It's, do you listen to me when I say that there's an issue or something needs fixed?
That's fair. That's like, very fair.
Are you acknowledging that there's a problem and mm-hmm. helping me fix it, or are you saying just deal with it? Yeah. And I've had that a couple times with my newest company. But I've also had the opposite where where I'm like, hey, I think we should do this. I think this would fix this problem. And they're like, sounds good.
The big wigs take it to heart and they pull the trigger on it. That's rare.
When I see my big wigs, when I see and communicate regularly with my big wigs, when I'm emailing them at least twice a day, love that. Yeah. That's communication.
That's good shit. Well, that's
sometimes it makes me feel a little bit micromanaged.
Oh, micromanaged. Okay.
But then it's also like, are they micromanaging me, or are they just asking me how I am that day? Or are they just checking in to make sure? Because I mean, a little background. Like we switched management companies. So like there was like ownership changeover. So the management company I work for is relatively new. So there's a lot of like kinks and stuff. So they're checking in to make sure. Ooh. Like, hey, is this working again? What's working for you?
They're like slapping balls and getting in gimp suits and doing ball gags.
Absolutely.
It's a crazy office.
There's dogs involved.
Whoa! Holy shit! With peanut butter?
Yeah.
Oh my god.
My boss brings her dogs to work.
Oh.
But no, like, so those are two of my biggest ones.
Yeah.
I always like to ask how they work with others.
How do you think you work with others?
It depends.
Okay.
It depends. Depends on my position. Because like I said, I'm bad at delegating and I'm bad at asking because I'm afraid of sounding bossy. Because my voice when I'm at work is very monotone.
Yeah, you sound like a cunt, dude.
I can sometimes sound like a cunt.
I worked with you for a while. You're a cunt.
It can be bad.
You're terrible.
I'm awful. It can be bad though, and I get it. But I've had people tell me that I don't understand people. I don't know how to talk to people.
I mean, I don't necessarily disagree.
And I have trouble communicating.
Yeah.
But I also don't always feel like I need to disclose my anxiety and my social issues.
True. Also, I think that's another thing is people's ability to take it on the chin is just gone. Everybody has glass chins now. Mm-hmm. Everybody's a bitch ass pussy. I'm gonna say it. Every single person on this planet is a bitch ass pussy, and it's true. Including me.
Yeah.
I'm also a pussy.
My favorite thing to ask though is, do you have any questions for me?
Yeah.
I love when they ask me questions.
Are those real?
What? Shut up. Yes. But no, that is my favorite, because if somebody doesn't ask me a question, I think that's a red flag.
Yeah, I get that. I've also been on the other end of that where it's like I always try to have questions lined up. I learned that early on that you always want to have some questions lined up
Yeah,
beforehand.
because it makes you extra interested.
Yeah, but if you
It shows
if
that
you
you're
don't,
paying attention as well.
yeah, and if you don't have any questions, if you legitimately don't have any questions, don't say no and just leave it at no. Be like, no, I think you've answered all of my questions. Actually, I came in here with some questions, and I literally all of them have been answered. Like that.
Yeah, that's.
We're literally all people. You can talk to people like people. It's okay. You can
I'm
do
also like 100% honest about the state of my building when I'm in an interview.
True.
Because if they really want to work there, they won't scare off easy.
They'll stick around if you guys are in a precarious situation for
Yeah.
that week or something.
Yeah, but if I'm like
being in that industry, it's very day by day how things are.
it is. It can sometimes be a rotation of staff. Like it can be in and out.
Turnover can be specifically tough for a month or two. And
Yeah. Or we'll have very good consistent staff for 6 months. Like it just really depends.
Yep.
So I'm always honest and be like, hey, we're struggling here with staff. I mean, but I'm also like, so is every other building, but here's how we're trying to fix it.
I remember being in senior living and being in the position that I was in. I was a housekeeper. I was very able to be super little finger about shit. Just kind of sticking the corner, wiping off some tables and seeing a lot of things happen and seeing how the business itself operates. And it's so stressful. It's fucking crazy.
Taking care of other people professionally is stressful.
Taking care of other people professionally, but then also taking care of their families is even more stressful.
Yes.
That right there, every single time I heard the word family when I worked there, my heart would skip a beat. I'd be terrified. I'd be like, who's coming in? What are they going to do?
I can't tell you how many times I've been
They're horrifying.
cussed out.
And they pay a lot of money.
at,
They pay a lot of money, so I try to be real understanding, but holy shit.
Had some real negative allegations against me.
Yes.
Because I didn't do what they wanted me to. And it's like, because what they wanted me to do was illegal.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's the thing about working with senior living is trying to figure out how to please the families while also respecting your residents' rights. And that is such a difficult balance. But that's all I take that into consideration while hiring too and doing interviews, because
if that's going to be something that's hard for somebody, then you cannot
so
do
I
it.
always ask them
like
about situations, specifically because we do have like Alzheimer's and dementia patients.
That's very smart too, because I remember like learning to deal with things. I was in kind of a unique situation when I was hired on to the building that I was a part of before, not the last one, but the one before, the first one, where I had joined onto the staff when the building was pretty much brand new. There wasn't really any staff. There wasn't really any residents. It was, a housekeeper, half of a management staff. The other half hadn't been hired yet, and like 4 or 5 residents in a building that was big enough for over 40. And
I think, if I remember correctly, I think the capacity was like 65.
65? Okay, yeah.
65 or 70.
Yeah. So, like, going through the halls and watching that building grow and, like, just the ins and outs of how that happened and all the things that surround that and the history of what goes on in those buildings, it is so crazy. It is insane.
It's a very, I want to say it's almost like a hidden profession.
Hidden, I don't know if the word is maybe hidden. Maybe hidden isn't a bad word for it.
Because not a lot of people know. Like I can't just bring it up at Easter dinner. Like my job.
True.
Because
there's also like HIPAA.
There's HIPAA and stuff, but not only that, just other people do not understand. People who work normal office jobs, factory jobs, maybe customer service a little bit, but they just, even if you work in a hospital, you don't always understand specifics of senior living.
Yeah. Like, I was wiping so-and-so's butt and they ripped the sink off the wall.
Yeah.
Like,
hospital people are probably gonna get that, but
yeah,
like,
but like the other people at Thanksgiving dinner are gonna be like, what the fuck? What are you talking about? It's like, oh yeah, so and so climbed up on the mantle and elbow dropped me from the mantle, which happened
in the kitchen.
Yes, yeah. There is so many things that happened that are out of this world, and it's my favorite and my least favorite thing about senior living is there's so many stories that you can't tell.
Yeah.
But at the same time,
you want to bring awareness that this is something that happens in aging.
Absolutely.
This is absolutely normal. That's such a big conversation.
Well, yeah. This is like, also this is one of our biggest passions.
Yes.
Collective, like the both of us. This is one of our biggest things.
My biggest thing is successful aging.
Yeah.
A lot of times you hear aging gracefully.
Yeah.
And I don't like that term as much because aging is not graceful.
No.
For majority of people.
It is not.
It comes with especially
even
in
the
our
rich
country.
ones. Even the rich ones.
Even the rich ones. Because in our country, we do not treat our elderly properly.
No. Dude, we treat our old people like shit.
They have not eaten properly. They have not been, they grew up in a time where like health regulations were very, very different for food, doctors, things like hell. Half of them still drank Coke when there was actual Coke in it. So
Facts.
Like their health is completely out of whack. There was no such thing as a vegan.
No.
If you were a vegan, it was for religious purposes.
Yeah, and now it's just because you're gay.
Just make the vegans come after you.
That's fine.
But you know what I'm saying? Like health wasn't as well marketed back then. It was very different. There wasn't a lot of research. There was just a bunch of random women's magazines telling you how to be skinny. And
nair. So much nair.
So much nair.
So much nair.
Like the ideal woman, like housewife, right, would be take a bunch of Coke, run around your house cleaning.
Yeah.
And
suck you off and go to sleep.
Smoke cigarettes while drinking bone broth, like Gwyneth Paltrow.
Yeah.
Like that was health back then.
Yeah.
So now you have like residents
skiing with an egg in your ass.
So yeah. So now you have residents who like have spent the last 70 years of their life eating a single almond for breakfast.
Yeah.
And they're like,
I knew somebody like that.
I don't understand
they brought, like,
why my
sandwich
kidneys are so bad.
Of nuts. Yeah.
And I'm like, it's because you ate an almond every single day for the last 70 years.
Yeah, I'm sorry you're allergic to cream of wheat, Cheryl. Like,
yeah,
it's not a real name. It's not a real name. I gotta make sure I disclose that shit. It's not a real name.
But yeah, but working in senior, like, it's difficult. Aging is difficult.
And watching it is tough too.
You have to be a special person.
You gotta be built different. It's true. That is one thing that I will pat myself on the back on, and your back too, is we, especially at that first building,
it was rough.
We went through some shit there.
Like a lot of people are like, I can't do it. It reminds me too much of my grandma or my grandpa dying or my uncle or my dad, and it's like.
And then you walk in and you see your first body. You discover your first past resident, and everything changes.
Everything changes.
Especially because you've gotten to know this person over months, or in my case, like a year and a half. Yeah.
And for me too, or just even coming in and this resident that you was gone, but you couldn't really let it affect you because you still had a whole shift in front of you.
Yep. You come in and the first thing they tell you is so and so is passed, and it just so happens to be somebody that you used to play checkers with, or
like you were getting ready to come in your shift that day to walk them to breakfast.
Yeah. And hello, Miss so and so, and this is somebody that you're genuinely super excited to talk to, because you would become somewhat friends with these residents, especially that first building, because it was so small and intimate. Like there were so many residents there that I remember them more than family members of mine.
Yeah.
They legitimately became family, and when they're gone, it is super tough.
So yeah, it's literally like, just imagine you are losing someone who is your friend. You're just losing friends.
Your buddy. Yeah, you're just losing your buddies left and right. Like, they're gonna go eventually, but
and you can't let it affect you because you have a job and you have other friends to take care of.
Exactly.
It's really, and watching those kinds of declines and stuff happen, it's not meant for people who are weak, and it's meant for people who are truly sympathetic and empathetic to other people's situations.
Yeah, I'm an empath. I don't know.
First, we started talking about my cancer. My sign is a Cancer.
Yeah.
Now you're an empath.
Hey, man.
Let's bring out the crystals.
I'm telling you, dude. Shane was onto something. I watched his documentaries when he redeemed Jake Paul, when he brought him back from the dead and made him the hero that we all know he is. We know that was Shane Dawson. We knew he did that. We all look back and we watched that. And was that actually Logan Paul that he did that with? I don't remember.
No, it was.
Okay, it was Jake Paul. I thought so.
Jake Paul.
I thought it was the douchier one. And like, he redeemed him. You know, he turned him into that snotty little kid and made him a real man because he's an empath.
I was wondering where you're going with that, and then I totally forgot that Shane Dawson did that whole bit
Of him being an empath? Yeah. That's the funniest shit. That is legitimately one of the funniest internet moments in history, is just that weird moment where him and that fake shrink are on the couch. Just going like, yeah, you're just an empath. I'm diagnosing you right here. You are an empath. And I can just tell. I can just tell from looking at you.
Why can't people just be empathetic?
I can tell by your face blemishes. No, I won't be that mean. But you are an empath. It's just true. But yeah, no, it's fucked. It's crazy. I want to see Shane Dawson work at an assisted living facility.
Break all kinds of HIPAA, but
yeah,
normal people could not do it. Normal people don't realize until it happens to them.
Yes, and I'm very, very thankful that we have the experience that we do, because when the older people in our lives start dropping, I feel like we're going to be able to use some of those skills to help deal with it. It's going to be different, but I think it'll help.
Yeah,
it's tough.
Has it
helped at all?
Yeah. I mean, because I have lost.
Yeah.
So, like, I mean, I lost my grandmother to COVID and Alzheimer's in 2021, beginning of 2021, and my experience in memory care and dementia care really did help. I think not only me but her and my family.
Really, really was beneficial to her and your family. For sure. I watched it happen. I watched you turn into fucking, care staff and just, but like the good way. You know what I mean? Like, you were legitimately taking care of what she really needed when your family didn't quite understand because her brain wasn't really there.
For example, my great-grandfather, he died when I was like 10. And after that, she didn't talk about him. It was too difficult. She just didn't mention him. And then all of a sudden, this one birthday party,
I think I remember this.
She's like, you need to save a piece of cake for Jigs. And she had, oh my God, I'm gonna start crying. And she had never done that in like the 10 years that he'd been gone. So my family just stops.
Yeah.
Like you could hear a pin drop in their room. The way they all were like, how do we go? How do we
deal with this? Because it is a very tough thing to deal with.
So I literally went
we dealt with it every day,
Yeah. So I literally went and I'm like, Graham, I already saved a piece for him. It's all good.
Yeah.
He'll have one and I'll, keep a fork and everything for him. And then she went, oh, okay, thank you. And then moved on to her presents and stuff. I think it was her birthday.
Yeah.
And, you could just see everyone go, oh my God, she's never done that. What do we do when she does that again?
Roll with it.
And I'm like,
roll with it. Just roll with it, dude.
You just gotta roll with it. And and there was a time she got very upset too. And I think it was a different visit where she just like, don't think she could remember somebody's name or what something was.
That frustration is very real in residents.
And that frustration she had.
They get so pissed off at themselves when they can't remember stuff. It's like, yeah, but your brain is literally shrinking. It's not your fault.
No. And she was like, I want to go home. Why can't I go home?
Yeah.
So my aunt had given her a notebook. So I walk over to her and I'm like, oh my God, this is so pretty. I'm like, what are you gonna put in this? And she's like, I know you're just trying to distract me, but it's working. And then she talked to me about her notebook. But I could see those moments where, like, my family was gonna do something that I would normally advise families against, and because it would just made it worse.
Yeah.
So.
And I think in her last days, you really helped keep it together for her.
Yeah, I guess the last couple months, but the thing is, I didn't see her.
We weren't really able to because COVID.
It was COVID. Yeah, when I worked in a facility. She was living in one in a different state, and we got COVID, I think, 2 days apart. So not only was I
There was
just
no way.
recovering from COVID,
Yeah.
she had gotten it and it had killed her.
Yeah.
So, like, to deal with that all at
Yeah.
the same time where it's like, oh my, like, how
Yeah.
close we were to that happening at the same, it was difficult. It was
scary.
weird.
It's crazy.
It was weird and it was
Working
scary.
through the pandemic was nuts.
It was.
Working at, because we both worked at facilities over the pandemic. That was when I had moved on to the second facility, the much, much larger one. And we were doing that whole thing. I had switched over to maintenance and everything. And
yeah, literally, I think like 6 months, maybe like 6 months before the pandemic hit.
Yeah.
And I was only working at my building for 3.
Yup. I was only able to fix stuff in the building for like 6 months without a mask. And then the N95s came out, and the goggles, and the face masks, and the hazmat suits, and holy fucking shit, was it Resident Evil for like 2 years straight. Oh my god, that shit was nuts. That was crazy. All the while, I go home and I'm hosting a Minecraft server. Yeah.
I mean, that was like the only thing keeping us sane at the time.
True. That shit
I mean,
kept me grounded, and it's helping now. I mean, the participation when it comes to the Minecraft server, which I guess is an element removed from this thing. I mean, it's connected obviously because it's
a lot of
our community.
A lot of, I guess,
pretty much
most of the people listening.
It's probably all of them.
All of our listeners,
Yeah.
are from the Minecraft server.
Yeah, but when I started that realm, it was just because I was playing with family and friends, and they were getting bored of Minecraft, and Minecraft's just one of those games that I can always go back to because it gets my creative juices flowing.
And we really needed it then.
We did. And
really
so like starting that up, it was before COVID.
It was like right before COVID, yeah.
It was, because it was when we were at the apartment. And then COVID hit, and I just dove straight into it. I was like, all in. And
because you had to do something when you got home. I mean, because you were washing your hands all day.
Yeah, what am I going to do? I'm going to sit on the couch and stare at a wall and scream.
Yeah.
Like,
Seriously.
people bitch and moan about how hard it was during the pandemic, and I'm sure staying at home was very, very tough. I honest to God, I believe those people when they say that it was really tough on their psyche to stay in that fucking, like, in their own place all the fucking time. Cabin fever is real. That shit fucks you up, you know. But the things that we had to see working through the pandemic was so overwhelming on a daily basis that it was the opposite of the cabin fever.
Yeah.
Where instead of like that understimulation driving people crazy, it was just constant overstimulation.
Because, I mean, you're constantly learning the new regulations and what COVID is like now and all this kind of stuff. And then on top of that, dealing with the political side of COVID.
Oh my fucking God, dude.
That was the most... Listen, not even like the first like 6 months of COVID in the facility wasn't that bad. If you ask me, it wasn't that bad for me because we didn't have visitors. So we didn't have to argue with people about wearing masks.
Yes.
About keeping it on, about staying in the rooms.
Dude, and so many people got so shitty about that.
And then that's when we started allowing visitors again, that is when facilities started getting so bad.
Yes.
Because they would be exposed.
It took such a huge toll on it. And it took so many lives.
It took so many lives.
Just allowing visitors in and those people just being shitty about COVID restrictions. It's not hard to put on a mask. It's not hard, dude. Like, that's my whole thing. It's like, I don't care how you feel about the whole COVID thing. You can be like, it was never fucking real in the first place. But just in case are 3 words that I always would use. It's like, okay, but just in case, just fucking throw it on, dude. It's not a big deal.
Yeah.
It's like, but you're fucking, you're giving it up to the system. And it's like, yeah, but it's not a fucking big deal. It's not a big deal. Like, just chill out, put on a fucking mask for like half an hour while you're here talking with your grandma, just in case you sneeze on her and kill her dead. Because it happened.
It happened.
It happened, dude. People can say it didn't happen. We fucking seen it. We literally watched it.
Our Thanksgiving got ruined 2 years in a row because of COVID.
Yes. This shit literally happened. People are like, it's not real. It's like, I'm telling you, dude. I'm literally telling you.
This shit literally happened. 2020 Thanksgiving.
Yeah.
Going around.
Yes.
This was the first time I got COVID.
Yeah. Were we the most, like, we were faulted for sure when it comes to treating COVID and how we did it, because we did it, you know, like, dealing with COVID, we weren't perfect about it because we're people.
No, I mean, we went to the store. We went to a bar.
Yeah.
Like twice, I think. And then 2021 hit after we had both gotten shots.
Yeah.
And then we went to, like, St. Patty's Day.
Yeah. Well, when you were still, like, technically contagious, we boned, like, hard.
Yeah, but we didn't know I was.
True. We didn't. But I still didn't get it.
I worked that entire time.
Yeah.
Because they were like, oh, your rapid tests keep coming back negative, so you're negative. And the next thing you know...
That was back when the rapid tests were ghetto.
Mm-hmm. And I took my lab test.
Yeah.
And sure enough,
yep.
I'm like, I can't... what happened? My throat started to hurt. I couldn't really talk. I was having trouble breathing. I was literally, like, delivering room trays, huffing and puffing like a freaking 80-year-old man running.
You were all fucked up. I just thought I did a good job. I just thought I crushed it. I was like, dude, I did it. I fucking nailed this, bro. I am so good.
No, and I was just
dying. You were just disintegrating, whatever.
Yeah.
It's fine. Can't let me have anything.
OG COVID.
Yeah,
I had OG COVID, and then I had the cold version of COVID.
Yeah.
In 2022.
The bitch-ass COVID.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It really was a bitch-ass
COVID. You did
COVID.
catch it twice. I didn't get it a single time. Because I'm immune. I don't know what it is. I'm just built different. Are you ready to wrap up?
Yeah. I'm starving.
Ready for food?
Ready.
We always quit this pod for food.
We do.
Last time it was fudge cake.
Fudge cake. I didn't yell into the mic as much this time.
Well, I don't think so. No. I think I did more yelling. I got fired up a few times. I'm not going to lie.
How long have you been doing this?
Well, since baby break, it's been like an hour and 18 minutes.
Oh, and before baby break, we were like, what, at like 40 minutes?
We're around 35 minutes, floating around there. So, you know.
Oh,
pretty
wow.
good.
Yeah.
I'd say we did pretty good.
You guys
it was a lot of fun.
You guys get a long one this time.
Ooh, a long one.
We went through a lot.
Yeah. I had a lot of fun.
I did too. I love doing this. I actually really like doing this.
I like talking to you.
I like talking to you.
It makes me happy.
Does it?
Makes me get a big dumb smile on my face. I'm sweating a lot right now and I needed to shower.
You did. I'll warm up food while you shower real quick.
That sounds fantastic.
We're just talking about our plans.
Oh, yeah. We're gonna go eat. Bye.